Recently, I interviewed for SDE2 roles at some of the top tech companies like Google, Amazon, Doordash, Databricks, Stripe, Uber, Rippling, and many more. Got couple of offers, got rejection from others, and learned a lot along the way. In this video series, I am going to walk you through my journey, what went well, what went wrong and costed me the offer, my preparation strategy, my compensation insights, and a lot more. If you're preparing for SDE2 role or just trying to understand how these companies hire, you're at the right place. Let's get started. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before moving forward, if you are new to the channel, do subscribe because a lot more interesting videos are coming up and some of the videos are already there, so do watch it. So in this video, we will be talking about my SDE3/L4 interview experience of Google. Yeah, I know it sounds a little gimmick, but as per Levels FYI, this is the hierarchy. This is the hierarchy of Google in which they pronounce SDE2 as SDE3/L4 and they generally call SDE1 in other companies as SDE2. Yeah, before moving forward to the interview process, let's talk about the compensation that Google provides. For L3, I know the rough idea can vary around from 50 to 60 lakh per annum. And for L4, this is the recent compensation that they have started providing, which is around total compensation 80 to 85 lakhs based on your experience and competing offer. And the breakdown of it looks like this. They generally provide base of around 35 to 40 lakh and the performance bonus is 15% of this. The stock they provide is a very huge, which is around $112K in division of the 4 years, and the split will be 38, 32, 30 and 10. So overall your first year comp will be 82 to 85 lakh easily, and there are many other benefits that Google provide. Top-notch offices, free food, cab services and many other things. And what I have seen that Google does not focus much on your current compensation. If it's 15 lakh also and if you have cleared L4 round, you can easily get 80 lakh per annum as a package. Yeah, so let's talk about how I got the call from Google. So it was about in December 23 around when one of the recruiter reached out to me regarding L3 position, and at that time I said no, and I told that after 3-4 months can I apply for L4, and she agreed on that. And after 3-4 months itself, recruiter followed up with me that hey, if you are ready with the preparation, we can start L4 process. It was around in I think March 24, but I was not so prepared and I was underconfident in my DSA preparation, so I said no at that point. When I reached out in October or in November around of 24 itself, a recruiter informed me that the policy has changed and now they are only looking for candidates who are 3 years experience for L4 position. And that was shock for me because in February she itself reached out to me for the L4 role and now they are saying no. So I again reached out to her in 2025 starting and the process got started. The recruiter informed me about the process itself. So the process looked like this. I need to go through one phone screening round which will be DSA based. Once I clear this phone screening round, I will go to the interview loop in which there will be 2 DSA rounds similar to the phone screening round also, and the third round will be Googlyness round. Once I cleared all this round, my package, my complete code and everything feedback will go to hiring committee. And also I told the recruiter that I will only join Google if I get L4. If they downgrade me to L3 in any scenario, I will not be moving forward because I already have offers from other company for SDE2 role itself. And she was okay with that. So let's talk about interview experience in detail. So the first round was phone screening round. Before moving forward to the interview experience, let me tell you what pattern did I followed in answering my question in DSA rounds. Whenever I get any question for the DSA, I always ask the clarifying question. It can be regarding constraint, it can be regarding test cases, it can be regarding anything regarding the question. Once I got clarity around the question, I generally provide the brute force solution with the time and space complexity, and then I try to improve that brute force solution into optimal solution. And if any solution I am able to come up with one or more optimal solution, I try to provide them. And then we discuss on the time complexity, that which is the better one and which will be more complex and easy one. And once I am aligned with the interviewer thought process, I generally start coding then only. If interviewer is not aligned with me on the optimal solution, then there is no point in coding because eventually come back to the same square to explain me the optimal solution again. So once we aligned, I code the solution, and then after coding the solution, I dry run my code with any test case. Let's talk about the first round, which was phone screening round. So the problem that was given to me was similar to this expression to add operator. It is available in LeetCode. The most important thing about Google is that they generally don't copy the LeetCode question as it is. They either change the storytelling or they change some test cases or they have some twist in their constraint which is not similar to the same problem. So the problem whichever I will be telling in this video itself will not be similar to the problem which I got because Google does not copy the same problem. So the question was around inserting the binary operators like a plus, minus, multiplication between the numbers to come up with the target. And the solution that I gave to the interviewer was regarding the backtracking, and it was, I think this was the best solution that I come up with at that point of time, and interviewer also agreed, and I coded and I dry run with any of the test case. So once I completed the phone screening round, HR reached out to me that I have cleared the phone screening round, and I went to interview loop. So the first coding round that went in interview loop was of 45 minutes, and the question that was asked to me in the first coding round was this. It was similar to combination sum 3, which is available in LeetCode itself. So in this problem also, if you will see, you can find out the combination using brute force approach to figure out all the combination. Optimal solution is to have backtracking. So I provided the same to interviewer and coded it, and he was happy with it. Though the problem was not similar as it is, there were some constraints that I need to figure out some of the edge cases that were special to the problem. But yeah, kind of the question was similar. So we had a very deep discussion around how backtracking will go. I actually need to explain my thought process around, I think, 20 minutes, and there were only 10 minutes left to code. Generally, what I have seen in Google is that if your thought process is not clear to an interviewer, he will not allow you to code. And that is, I think, correct way, because if you are not clear with your thought process, you will not be able to write the code itself. And the second coding round was also similar to 45 minutes itself, and the problem which I got in this round was similar to Paint House, and this question is also available in LeetCode. Though again, the problem was not same, it is some of the constraints were changed, storytelling was changed, but yeah, moreover the question was similar. I find this question a little tough. I was not able to come up with the solution directly. Solution was related to DP with memorization. I was able to provide it, but while writing the code, I find it difficulty to come up with the edge cases, and somehow the interviewer was also able to gain the feedback that I am not able to find out the edge cases in that, and that was a blocker, I think. Apart from that, the interview went really well. I was able to explain my thought process, but somehow writing the code, I got stuck due to the time management, and I can easily sense that this round was not up to the mark. And the last round was Googlyness Round, and this Googlyness Round is generally hiring manager round itself, in which you will be asked some of the behavioral question based on the scenarios, like if you had a conflict with your manager, how will you resolve it? If you have a conflict with any of the teammates, how will you resolve it? Consider a scenario where project is getting delayed, how will you talk to your stakeholders and your managers and other team leads? I was also asked to explain one of the impactful project that I did in my previous company, and based on the contribution I did in that project, the collaboration, the impact, the system design choices, and what was the difficulty that we faced and how we resolved it, and what was the rollout strategy and everything. So about the behavioral side, I was able to answer all the questions using a star method. Once the interview loop was completed, recruiter reached out to me and informed that my packet is sent to hiring committee and there will be a decision pending on that. But as I already know that one of the round didn't went really well, so I asked recruiter itself directly that I will be getting L4 position or not. She informed that it is not likely that I will get the L4. There is a chances, but there is no 100% chances. So I explicitly told recruiter that if I am not getting L4, I am not joining the Google, because L3 is a SD1 role, and in a 3 years experience, if you are going to SD1 role, it will be a major setback in your career itself. That's what I think. And actually dropped my case itself, and I told recruiter to not move forward. Talking about my preparation strategy, mainly as they were DSA round, and so what I did, I didn't actually took any LeetCode Premium or any other courses to prepare for DSA. What I did, I generally used to solve 2-3 questions daily. Suppose if I am weak in a DP, I used to solve DP question for 10 days regularly and try to find out the patterns between each questions, and similar for any other topics itself. Once you are clear with the topics, then it is very easy to solve any other questions. But as Google interview are little different. Why it is different? Because of the time management. You have only 45 minutes, in which generally 10 minutes are gone for introduction, simple discussions. So you are left with only 35 to 30 minutes to solve a particular question. And in that you have to explain your thought process also, you have to understand the question, then you have to write the code, then you have to try run the code. It's more about managing your time well in the interview. So one of the way I did, I generally go to ChatGPT and try to search all the top questions that Google asked, and it gave a list and it solved them all. Another way which I did, I found a Google tagged question list in a LeetCode public discussion itself. I will attach the link in description. You can check it out. Other list that I found while searching in Google regarding the Google questions was this GitHub repo. I will link it in the comments, and I generally went through this question also. And there are multiple other sites that I actually scrapped through. One or two lists which I found through Reddit also, and I followed that. I will attach all the links in my description, so do check it out. So if you talk about Google, the preparation should be mainly about understanding the problem, asking the clarifying question, and finding out which pattern should be applicable here, because Google questions are generally not copy pasted from LeetCode. They slightly twist the question with their constraint, with their storytelling or something else. So you can't actually memorize the 100 of the questions. It's better to understand the patterns that are being used in graph, in DP. So there are generally 8 to 9 patterns in DP, 6 to 5 observations in graph. Similarly for greedy, binary search, binary tree. And if you talk about my interview experience, they majorly focus on backtracking, recursion, DP, and majorly they also ask more on binary tree and graph also. So these are the topics you should look over and prepare them well for Google. The best thing is to figure out the problems that they generally ask within a 3-4 months of your time frame, and see which kind of problem that they're asking, which topic of problem that they're asking. Also, one more thing, Google actually refresh their question bank once a while, so you can't actually rely on the previous question that was asked. But yeah, if you are lucky, you can get the same question which you practiced. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. If you find this video helpful, do like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, till then, see you in another interview experience and tech more videos. Scott here, signing off.